I have a few coaches in FBA who have like less than 2,000 followers, 3,000 followers, and they're making like 7-8 lakh rupees per month, right? Unka kya, what is their secret? It's quality.
I hit a figure of from earning somewhere around 30-40K. Instantly it was like 6 lakhs per month.
Because in the end, competence builds confidence.
Very true.
Competence comes from proof of what you have done in the past, right?
I always say people can take all the money away from you, but if you have skills, multiple of them, you can come back from any point of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the second episode of our Being Men show. और इस एपिसोड में हम बात करेंगे मनी के बारे में. एग्जैक्टली क्या बात करेंगे ये बताएंगे वन ऑफ द इंडियाज लीडिंग फिटनेस एंटरप्रेन्योर्स यश वर्धन स्वामी.
First of all, thank you for the appreciation. Okay, so today we'll be talking about how to make money online, modern earning methods या online businesses. आजकल बहुत ज़्यादा buzz है, alongside बहुत ज़्यादा confusion भी है. And I think both of us, it is the perfect duo to talk about this because as I know, you have been in the industry since past 7 years.
Yes.
You were one of the pioneers of this industry. I am in the industry since past 5 years. And पहला क्वेश्चन है आपके लिए, व्हाई डू यू थिंक दीज मेथड्स आर मॉडर्न?
See, when we say the word modern, it just means up to date, right?
Yes.
So आज की डेट में if we talk about modern earning methods, online businesses are the first thing that will come to anyone's mind. आप देख लीजिए, if I have to talk about my own relatives, my own friends who are working in the conventional jobs or conventional models that our parents and grandparents they used to have, they all are planning to somehow quit it and somehow come into these modern earning or called so online businesses because it offers you different kind of advantages and benefits.
Yes.
One of the biggest ones is that you have control over your time. आप अपने हिसाब से अपने time को control कर सकते हैं and you are your own boss.
Yes.
So according to me, the modern businesses or the modern online methods, they just are different ways of earnings. But again, at the same time, you have the control of how you want to proceed forward and you have the opportunity, equal opportunity to work for yourself now.
Definitely. बहुत अच्छा पॉइंटर है, बट अलॉन्ग साइड जनरली क्या होता है, ग्रास इज ग्रीनर ऑन अदर साइड.
राइट.
लोग सिर्फ एडवांटेजेस देखते हैं, दे नेवर थिंक अबाउट एनी डिसएडवांटेज व्हाटसोएवर. सिर्फ वे देखते हैं यार फ्रीडम है, कोई भी उनकी इंस्पिरेशन है. फॉर एग्जांपल यू कीप ऑन ट्रैवलिंग ऑल द टाइम, राइट? लोग देखते हैं यार कितनी अच्छी लाइफ है, दिस पर्सन इज ट्रैवलिंग ऑल द टाइम, बट बिहाइंड द कर्टन्स बहुत चीज़ें चल रही होती हैं, वो भी डिस्कस करेंगे एंड वी विल एक्चुअली स्टार्ट विद दैट. बट बिफोर वी स्टार्ट, एक चीज़ मैं यहाँ क्लैरिफाई करना चाहता हूँ कि हम यहाँ सिर्फ 2 मॉडल्स की बात करेंगे. पहला हो गया कंटेंट क्रिएशन एंड इन्फ्लुएंसर मॉडल. दूसरा मेथड हो गया कंसल्टेंसी एंड कोचिंग मॉडल. इसके अलावा काफ़ी अलग वेज हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल ऑनलाइन सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड करना. ऑल्दो इट कैन कम अंडर कोचिंग, देयर आर मेंटोरशिप्स, फॉर एग्जांपल यू कैन एडिट वीडियोज एंड स्टफ लाइक दैट. बट हमें इतना ज़्यादा उस चीज़ का एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है तो हम उसमें बात नहीं करेंगे. एंड यू नो दिस इज व्हाट आई लव अबाउट आवर शो, दैट वी मोस्टली कवर थिंग्स इन विच वी हैव एक्सपर्टीज, राइट? We might cover these things later on, but today's focus is the influencer model, जिसमें Abhinav has been there since 7 to 8 years. Stuff like YouTube, and I'm very interested about learning when it comes to stuff like YouTube and consultancy and coaching model. So Abhinav, I have a question for you. How did you get started? और किस टाइम पे स्टार्ट हुए, क्या सोचा और क्या मन में आया?
Because we both are in fitness, so my whole journey started with fitness. We discussed in the last episode, I think, if we did not, then I started my journey of getting out of my home and making a life out of myself and standing on my own feet through fitness itself. Pehle bodybuilding se shuru hua, then I went into the modeling world. But exactly when we talk about content creation or influencer marketing, whatever we want to call that, it began in 2015 when I quit my modeling career. I came back. During my modeling career, I was coming across a lot of different channels. I was following a different fitness channels in US. Some of them were Elliot Hulls, Hodge Twins. I think Hodge Twins is something that a lot of people are familiar about. I was watching Chris Gethin. And उस टाइम मेरे दिमाग में ये चीज़ आई कि I am doing modeling, but still as a person, the kind of a person I am, I'm very free as a soul, as a spirit, as an energy. I want to be free of taking my own decisions. And this was one of the biggest challenges when I was in modeling. कि बहुत छोटी बात लगेगी, but a brand tells you have to shave and you don't want to shave.
Right.
Just a very simple thing. It's a very basic thing. I don't want to shave.
As a third person ये चीज कहना कि यार क्या छोटी सी तो चीज है, but when you are going through that, then it can be a big deal for you.
Exactly. And let's say I'm sick someday and I don't want to do that ramp walk. I don't want to do that shoot. I'm bound to do that shoot. The dates cannot be changed because I'm still replaceable. Right?
Yes.
So that one thing has always been in my mind since my childhood, when I just came across this concept of being irreplaceable. Definitely. Anyone can replace you. You have to become firstly irreplaceable. So that was the whole concept. And I thought कि ये जो concept है content creation का, this is something that is coming to India very fast, because I knew कि even fitness wise हम 5-10 साल पीछे होते थे उस time पे. So I knew this concept is also going to come. So 2015 में I quit it. I took a final decision, one of the hardest decisions of my life, because that was the peak of my career at that time. I came here. It was, I think, my cousin sister's wedding. And then there was this whole process of 2015 and 2016, researching, doing test trials, understanding what exactly YouTube is. I've never lifted a camera in my life. I started shooting myself, editing myself, collecting a team. And then by 2016 end, we started executing the plan. So it was tough initially because 2017-16 was very idle. We didn't have too much of going on for us. कुछ ज़्यादा हलचल नहीं हो रही थी हमारे channels पे या whatever we were creating at that time. So, but in 2017, I was in Delhi. I was training one of the leading entrepreneurs over there. And वहाँ फिर से I faced that same issue. I was there for 20 days. Everything was good. I faced the same issue that I'm still giving my time to someone else and I cannot do that. So then I went to US. There was this show called on Netflix that's called Beastmaster. And then I participated over there. I represented India. There were like 10 to 12 top athletes of India over there. And there I dislocated my shoulder. So again I came back and I had no option. Like, तो वो कहते हैं ना, जब वो आंखें ले लेता तो आपके कान तेज कर देता, तो मेरे से मेरी बाजू ले ली. So I could not work on and stuff. So I had to put all my energy into it. So I started with creating a lot of content, जो research and development हमने की थी काफ़ी टाइम से. And then I started pushing for my online trainings and stuff. So that was when things started happening. And then within those 3 to 4 months of my focused work, I started getting results, both in terms of the YouTube or Instagram, you want to say, and both in terms of the coaching. And how did you start?
Okay, so बड़ी interesting चीज़ बताऊंगा. Interesting, I think we have already talked about this, that when I started out back in 2017, actually started trained by my VS. उस time पे I used to look up to one guy, and that was Abhinav Mahajan. I think हमारी जो पहली conversation भी हुई थी, आपको मैंने पहला message ये भेजा था that bro, it's like great to be talking to you, because when I started out I was just looking up to you, and that's 2017. My journey started back in 2012. I was 44 kgs heavier, so lost 44 kgs. उसके बाद just friends को help करने लग गया. I was a big time introvert and had always been shy, because first 18 years of my life I was 44 kgs heavier. मतलब shyness की इतनी high level थी that I never talked to any female for first 17 years of my life, apart from my mom and sister obviously. So that is how it started. But over time when I started helping friends, एक friend मेरे पास आया, कहता है यार dude, you have changed my life, because उसको मैंने 60 kgs कम कराया था. 44 मेरा खुद का कम हुआ था, 60 उसका कम हुआ था.
Right.
So in a way it was a very automatic start for me. 2017 में I was pursuing law. Law pursue करते करते मैंने कहा कि यार I was learning a lot. College में everyone used to ask me क्या करें, पतले कैसे हुए, फैट कैसे लूज करें. उस टाइम फिर मैंने कहा कि why not help others also. So then I actually started in 2017. I had just one goal कि यार बस मेरे सप्लीमेंट्स के खर्चे निकल जाए. वो भी बिकॉज डैड से एक बार लड़ाई हुई थी. डैड ने एक बार उस चीज़ के लिए कह दिया था, तो वो बुरा सा लगा मुझे.
दिल पे ले जाते हैं.
उससे पहले थोड़ा सा और बैकग्राउंड देता हूँ. ये था कि डैड का अच्छा खासा बिजनेस था रियल एस्टेट का, तो मुझे ऐसा कोई टेंशन नहीं थी. मतलब ना मुझे कोई पढ़ाई के लिए कहता था, ना कोई करियर के लिए कुछ कहता था. बट आई वॉज लाइक आई जस्ट वांट टू डू समथिंग, एंड इट स्टार्टेड विद दैट. सो स्टार्ट की बात हुई तो मेरे को पर्सनली लगता था व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड आउट आई हैड वन एडवांटेज, कि आई हैड ऑलरेडी पुल्ड ऑफ अ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन ऑन माई ओन. सेम गोज फॉर यू वर ऑलरेडी इन द मॉडलिंग इंडस्ट्री. मॉडलिंग इंडस्ट्री में थे, अच्छा फिजिक था, बिकॉज आई एम प्रीटी श्योर उस टाइम भी ऑब्वियसली हैविंग अ ग्रेट फिजिक, ग्रेट पर्सनैलिटी हेल्प्स, राइट. सो एक हिडन एडवांटेज हम दोनों को था कि मेरे को था मेरी ओन जर्नी ऑफ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन, आपके लिए भी योर ओन जर्नी व्हेन इट कम्स टू योर मॉडलिंग करियर, having the confidence to speak. Another advantage I think both of us had was the timing. When we started out, timing was like very good. Right. For you it was very good, for me it was very good. अब मैं ये यहाँ पे hidden advantages की क्यों बात कर रहा हूँ? So that lot of times people preach that we just worked hard. Yes, working hard is there, being consistent for years is there, but having those advantages at times plays a role. So I want to be very honest on this one. चलो आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ. अभिनव, मैं अभी आज रिसर्च कर रहा था जब इसकी, तो आपको क्या लगता है, हाउ मेनी क्रिएटर्स आर देयर इन आवर कंट्री राइट नाउ, ऑनलाइन क्रिएटर्स?
I have no idea.
Guess, wild guess.
10 lakhs.
Higher.
20 lakhs.
Higher.
30 lakhs.
Higher.
50 lakhs.
80 million creators, and these are stats from October 2022. 100 million इस year में हो जाएंगे.
Wow.
So basically into 100 times of what you were saying.
Now I understand why you said advantage.
Yes. बट इधर मैं एक और भी चीज़ की बात करूंगा. एक होता है पेरेटोस प्रिंसिपल. पेरेटोस प्रिंसिपल क्या होता है? प्राइसेस लॉ जैसा होता है. मैंने एक्चुअली इतना मेरे इन्फ्लुएंशियल है मेरे लिए कि मैंने टैटू बनवा रखा है इसका. इसका मतलब 80-20 रूल कहते हैं इसको. दैट 20% ऑफ द पीपल हैव 80% ऑफ द वेल्थ. 20% of the people in an organization do 80% of the work, and 20% of content creators get 80% of business or 80% of growth. So this rule applies right now also, right? So another thing which I would like to mention here is कि अब 80 million creators इसका मतलब ये नहीं है all of them would be in this long term. Because a lot of times people just look at other side कि वाओ फ्रीडम है, किसी और की लाइफ देखते हैं, इंस्टाग्राम देखते हैं, हाईलाइट है. lot of them would maybe stop working, and lot of them are not your competition. Because like you mentioned that you like being free, that's why you are in the industry, you have your own business. So when you have your own business you can choose a lot of things. Replaceability mainly happens when you start competing with others, right? Replaceability would happen when there are others doing the same thing as you. But when you are in this industry, you can be very different. That means you can do your own thing, and we'll get to that in a bit. थोड़ा सा मेरे को मेथड समझाओ, और अर्निंग कैसे होती है अभिनव कंटेंट क्रिएटर मॉडल में या इन्फ्लुएंसर मॉडल में?
See, the best thing about the work that we do is कि you can choose any method. There are a lot of methods. For example, let's say if we talk about the content creation.
Yes.
पहला आपका जो गोल है is to start creating value, because इट्स काइंड ऑफ अ शॉप फॉर यू. ओके, इट्स लाइक अ ऑनलाइन शॉप. अगर मैं अपने यूट्यूब चैनल की बात करूँ, ये एक तरह से शॉप है या एक दुकान है. ओके, इट्स ओपन. व्हेन अ वीडियो गोज आउट, देयर आर पीपल वॉचिंग इट एंड आई एम एंटाइसिंग इट. देयर इज अ टाइटल, देयर इज अ थंबनेल, एंड देयर आर टैग्स दैट वी आर टारगेटिंग सर्टेन स्पेसिफिक ऑडियंस. अब वो ऑडियंस को आप वीडियो दिखाते हो. नाउ दे चूज टू come to your shop, they come to your showroom or whatever you want to call it. Now once you have done that, of course you might be giving some value, that's why they have come across to you. Now that value will be noted by, let's say, the brands, because जब हम YouTube की बात करते हैं, Instagram पे मुझे सबसे पहले पता है तुम तो बहुत कमाता होगा, brands आते हैं तेरे पास तो. It's like there's a process behind it. It's a science, it's a complete science, it's a simple science. And when the brands see that ये बंदा, through his words, through the value that he's providing, the value can enhance the appearance or enhance the image of our own product, they will come to you, right? So you help them to get their product have more awareness in the market.
Yes.
And that gets them ROI, that gets them sales. Those are like all the side effects of providing the value to the consumer and to the brands. Now this is one method that you can start doing. This is the content. But honestly, if I tell you, this is a very one-dimensional and a very, I would say, a very naive way of thinking about the whole system. If you really have that vision about YouTube, about Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, I think there is no other marketing platform that gives you as many advantages in such a cheap price, or let's say just free. It's free.
Yes.
आप कुछ भी product निकालो. Let's say I plan to write an ebook, even though I don't have much of an audience. Let's say I have just 10,000 followers. मैं ebook निकालता हूँ. I have 10,000 people who are ready to watch me. This is a free marketing platform for me. So before you're entering in this business, firstly start looking it as a marketing platform, because कोई भी प्रोडक्ट आज की डेट में आप में जितनी वैल्यू, आप जितनी मर्जी एजुकेशन आपको हो, आप जितने मर्जी नॉलेजेबल हो, अगर आपने अपने आप को मार्केट अच्छे से नहीं किया, या किसी को पता नहीं है कि आपके अंदर इतनी वैल्यू है, आपके अंदर इतनी नॉलेज है, no one knows you.
Right.
And the first rule of selling any product today, or yourself, especially as intellectual property, as an individual, is कि आपको दिखना ज़रूरी है बाहर. So you need to start looking at the whole platform as a marketing platform for yourself.
डेफिनेटली बहुत अच्छा पॉइंटर है. जैसे आपने इसको एकदम ही सिंप्लीफाई कर दूं थोड़े से वर्ड्स में, तो बात ये होगी कि जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट डू बिजनेसेस वांट. बिजनेसेस वांट देयर बिजनेस टू ग्रो. सो इफ इट इज अ ब्रांड व्हिच हैज अ प्रोडक्ट, all they would want is that their product की value,
right,
perceived value or sales increase हो.
right.
So if there's an influencer who has a market value, who's providing value to people, who people love, who people trust, if that person talks about your brand, this changes the game. ये आपने एक और बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग बात करी कि यार this is just one way of doing it. जैसे ई बुक का एग्जाम्पल दिया, उस दिन हम डिस्कस कर रहे थे, one can start any venture and if that person is famous, at least you would get that one chance that person tries your stuff, that person would be like, yeah, this person has been providing so much of value to me for free.
Exactly.
What happens if I pay the person?
Exactly.
फिर आता हूँ मैं coaching method में. It's the same thing. Just ask yourself, what do people want, right? In the end, all businesses are about solving problems. And the biggest businesses, best businesses solve problems in a better way. And for more people.
Right.
Simple example देता हूँ, Amazon क्या problem solve कर रहा है? Delivery related problems.
Exactly.
Trust related problems. YouTube क्या problem solve कर रहा है? Data और video channel related problems. Content creators क्या problem solve कर रहे हैं? Whatever niche they choose. For example, you specifically talk about men, you talk about self improvement, you talk about a lot of things where you are just providing value to people, right? Same goes for coaching. For example, I'm in fitness coaching and business coaching. What kind of problems am I solving? I am solving fat loss related problems. I'm solving fitness business related problems. Whatever problems people have. So first step is asking yourselves what problems people have. सबसे पहले, if you can't find any other person, just look at yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, what kind of problems am I facing and what kind of problems do not have a solution right now? And start solving those problems. When I started out, literally I knew that, I was never able to find a good fat loss coach in the country, right? There were a lot of good fat loss coaches, but I wasn't able to find them. I was like, I can be one, right? So that is what. So understand, in the end, you are solving problems, and more problems you solve. And if you solve them in a unique way, more money you will earn. And it's as simple as that. कोई भी business उठा लो, ये company क्या problem solve कर रही है? This is making pens for us. So writing problem solve कर रही है. What is this company doing? Again, writing problem solve कर रही है. So it's about that. And if you are able to solve problems in a unique way, better than others, and for more and more people, no one can stop you from growing. Next up, बात करते हैं सबसे बड़ी misconceptions before we start talking about benefits, because I don't want people to get into this wrong expectations, because when expectations break down, it's not a good feeling, right? सबसे पहली misconception है, it's very easy money.
Right.
So अब मैं आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछूंगा, how much time did it take for you to maybe earn your first penny out of this?
Honestly, I got because YouTube, I'll talk about YouTube because that was the main agenda of me being here and me taking this talk forward. The first $100 that I got from YouTube was after 1.5 years of constantly putting up videos.
Guys, listen to this carefully. 1.5 years, and I can give that in written. When Abhinav started out, people did not understand YouTube. I personally did not understand YouTube like at all. A couple of years back, I actually realized that YouTube is also a great opportunity. So that is what. So it took a person like Abhinav who was already who had a great personality, who was already in the industry via modeling, who already had a great physique. It took him 1.5 years. A lot of people start out and they are like, they just literally give up in maybe a few months, few days, few weeks. Second thing is, a lot of people think it's all sunshine and rainbows. They just think about things they are not getting right now. Number 1 is freedom. Number 2 is fame. Number 3 is money. अभी अब आपसे पूछूंगा, कुछ ऐसा फेस बताओ कि आपको जब लगाओ कि यार ये तो गलत चीज में पड़ गया मैं. कभी ऐसा हुआ है?
मुझे हर दिन लगता है.
Right.
I am being very honest here. I don't like being on social media at all. That is my curse and a blessing at the same time. Right. I do not like to be. The day I started, I didn't create a Facebook account until I was 22.
Right.
Until I really needed a Facebook account to pass on my portfolios of modeling, to start getting more choreographers or more photographers or more designers to help me out with the modeling. I've actually never been interested in social media, right? But the best thing about this has been, you start loving the process. That is the first thing I started doing. I started loving the process. Because जिस तरह ही मैंने वो उस प्रोसेस को प्यार करना शुरू किया, and the way that I started giving more time, more research, because we were talking about value. Okay, I have always been someone since day one. I entered the gym. मुझे एक चीज़ पता लगती थी, मैं बाहर किसी को भी बता देता था कि ये है. So value I always had, but then I understood it is not just the game of value. It is something else. If you really want to get into content creation, there are certain kind of hygiene that you have to follow. For example, the way you are presenting, the language that you are using, the kind of words that you are using, the way that you are putting out your content over there, the tags you are using, the thumbnails you are using. And aaj ki date mein, if you really want to see the game, it's on different level. It's like everything has a science behind. It has been some other level. I cannot explain it in words right now.
Right. अगेन आपने बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग चीज़ बोली कि इट्स ऑलवेज अबाउट द प्रोसेस वर्सेस द गोल. सबसे बड़ी गलती हम इंक्लूडिंग आप भी करते हो, मैं भी करता हूँ अभी, कि हम सिर्फ गोल की तरफ देखते हैं, ये नहीं देखते प्रोसेस पे. बड़ा फेमस कोट है दैट मैन हु लव्स वॉकिंग versus a man who loves the destination, the man who's walking would always win. Right. Because it's always about the process, which is a great pointer. Another misconception which I've seen with a lot of people is, since I personally work with a lot of coaches, is that others are dumb. That means a lot of people believe in faking it versus making it. मुझे पर्सनली लगता है that ये सबसे बड़ी गलत फहमी है, because especially in our country we have spent years looking at people who have been faking it. Right? So all of us have an eye on specifically understanding and knowing कि भाई ये बंदा बकवास कर रहा है. Right? एक simple example देता हूँ. Would you ever take business coaching from a person who has never run a business? The answer is no. Right? But there are a lot of business coaches like that. Right? So if you think that you can fake it till you make it, that doesn't work. Even if it might work temporarily, long term people would get to know. Literally there are communities on Reddit. आप Reddit use करते हो?
नहीं.
रेडिट में कम्युनिटीज़ है जो कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स को लिटरली कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स के बारे में डिस्कशन करती हैं. देयर आर सो मेनी पीपल फेकिंग इट, ऑल्दो टू अ सर्टेन एक्सटेंट तो इंस्टाग्राम इज अ हाईलाइट रील. बट अगेन, just ask, first question to ask yourself is, why should people listen to you? Become the person instead of acting it, because becoming the person might take work right now, but long term it would be much better. Last but not the least, misconception वैसे तो काफ़ी होंगी, but एक और है लैंग्वेज. Abhinav, do you think कि इंग्लिश में बोलना ही ज़रूरी है to although people might already be understanding that because this is Hindi and English mix, तो लैंग्वेज के बारे में बताओगे थोड़ा?
Sure, but before that, I would just like to continue with that point of faking till you making, because I think this is very important for everyone who is watching this. See, probably इसको आज हम जिस युग को कहते हैं कलयुग कहते हैं, right? So probably you might be able to run your business for a shorter period of time by faking it, and they have the quote that they say, fences that are built fast, they come down faster.
Great.
Just take an example. Let's say I'm an influencer and I want to grow my business on Instagram. For some reason, I'm putting up the content, I'm not increasing the followers on my page, and I start going for fake followers.
Yes.
Okay. Now just see how our life works. Our life works that we set a goal and then we attain the skills to reach that goal. Okay. So that goal is to become the person who has, let's say, 1 million followers. Now I decide the fake it till you make it strategy that I will take for myself. I start going for fake followers. It's fine. You are reaching there. You are 1 million followers. But are you the person who actually deserves that 1 million? Do you really think, have you become that person, or have you attained all those skills? And in today's life, किसी भी चीज़ में आपने आगे बढ़ना है long term, everyone knows it. अगर लॉन्ग टर्म किसी भी चीज़ में हमने आगे बढ़ना है, skills are the number one thing that will stay with you. Like I always say, people can take all the money away from you, but if you have skills, multiple of them, you can come back from any point of your life. Like that is one advantage you will always have. And I think skills is more important than even money. That is what. Okay, so that was something that I wanted to add. What was the question again?
The question was, one second. What do you think?
That was
about,
very interesting.
What do you think about the language?
Language. तो अगर मेरा YouTube चैनल जाके देखोगे तो I started YouTube first before the Instagram. तो I started with my first around 10 to 15 videos were in English.
Right.
They were English.
Right.
And because I was getting inspired from the Western people and stuff. But then over a period of time, because I do a lot of research as to why some things are not working, I figured out this was one pain point, that if I really want to hit it because of my personality, the way I look, again, the value is there, but I have to see where do I fit in perfectly.
Right.
Okay, there's a certain feel about you that a certain kind of an audience
Right.
will accept you. So I started looking कि मैं दिखता कैसा हूँ. I had this big beard. I fit in perfect with the northern audience, you know, Punjabis, the Delhi, this kind of.
And you are a
people.
Punjabi also.
Yeah, I'm a Punjabi. My tone में like now I can speak Hindi a bit more fluently. But उस time मेरी English में भी थोड़ी पंजाबी आती थी because I had spent good 1.5 years in Punjab, Patiala at that time, my hometown. Once I came back from modeling, which was a different kind of a journey for me, all alienation. But again, you have that tone of Punjabiness in your voice.
Yes.
So I saw ये तो भाई गलत रास्ता पकड़ा हुआ है इंग्लिश वाला, इस तरह तो नहीं हो पाएगा. सो आई स्टार्टेड पुटिंग अप द सेम कंटेंट. लाइक आई क्रिएटेड अनदर चैनल एक्चुअली, सेम कंटेंट इन हिंदी. दिस चैनल हैड इन 1 year I had hardly 2,700 subscribers on English channel after putting up like consistently a good 15-20 videos. I created the Hindi channel, same content in Hindi. I processed it on there. Within 1 month I had 3,500 followers, subscribers.
Yes.
And then one fortnight, YouTube deleted that channel for no explanation, no reason. So I put all those videos, the Hindi videos, on my English channel. So what I was doing is I was putting one English video in the same topic, and on the same topic, same thing in Hindi. So it was going like this. And then boom, within 3 months, 1 lakh.
इसकी नीश क्या थी? Fitness?
Fitness, pure fitness. Your muscle building, fat loss, diet plans. Right. Simple, right? Nothing else, nothing complicated. Same thing. English videos, same topic, getting 1,000, 2,000 views. Hindi videos, same topic. The next video I put up, it gets 10,000, 20,000. Right. Eventually, I'm like, there's the answer.
This is great. Experimentation. और मैं ये stats भी understand कर रहा था. I was actually making a training for fitness coaches.
Right.
उनको बहुत बार होता था कि lot of them what they were doing was that you know English में वो comfortable नहीं थे, but they were speaking in English especially because they were just seeing other coaches, right? They were maybe just looking at me, but you know my reason was something else, right? So
target audience is also one of the things.
Target audience was something, and for me it's like I have learnt in English. तो मुझे एक्सप्लेन करना इंग्लिश में थोड़ा बेटर लगता है. ये आई थिंक दिस इज द फर्स्ट थिंग विच आई एम ट्राइंग टू डू इन हिंदी. ऑल्दो फनी चीज़ ये कि ऑब्वियसली पूरे दिन मैं बोलता हिंदी ही हूँ, बट मेरे को समझाने के लिए इंग्लिश थोड़ी बेटर लगती है. होप आई इम्प्रूव ओवर टाइम थ्रू दिस. तो मैंने एक स्टैट चेक किया दैट 89% ऑफ आर इंडियंस आर कंफर्टेबल इन रीजनल लैंग्वेज, बी इट योर हिंदी, बी इट योर पंजाबी, बी इट योर तेलुगु, बी इट योर महाराष्ट्रियन, जो भी लैंग्वेजेस है. सो इफ यू आर कंफर्टेबल विद दैट यू विल बी एबल टू क्रिएट मोर कनेक्शन, मोर रिलेटेबिलिटी क्रिएट होगी तो यू विल बी एबल टू चेंज द गेम. नेक्स्ट इज लेट्स टॉक अबाउट सम बेनिफिट्स. ऑल्दो कुछ की बात कर चुके हैं. पहली बात है इररिप्लेसिबिलिटी. जॉब में जनरली इररिप्लेसिबिलिटी क्रिएट करना थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट है. 2 रीजंस. पहली बात, इट्स नॉट योर थिंग, सो यू डोंट पुट स्किन इन द गेम.
Right.
You don't give, a lot of people don't give their 100%. Second is that you know this job can be done by someone else.
Right.
Next is freedom and travel. वो आप बताओगे थोड़ा, तो क्योंकि अभी आप यू जस्ट गॉट बैक फ्रॉम बाली, सो ये बताओ कि चलो कुछ और क्वेश्चन पूछता. फ्रीडम और ट्रैवल तो है ही. कैन यू ट्रैवल एनी टाइम यू वांट?
See, it depends. Every business that you create, every work life that you create yourself, it all depends on the systems you've created for yourself.
Right.
So the answer is in the systems,
Right.
not in the question. अगर आपने systems create किए हैं अपने लिए सही, so then of course you have the freedom to do it. But if the systems are not right, they are not in place, of course you will be facing challenges. But ये कहना कि आप कभी भी ट्रैवल कर सकते हो, नो. इवन इफ यू आर ट्रैवलिंग, यू हैव टू प्लान इट आउट. लाइक इफ आई हैव टू ट्रैवल, आई नीड अ बफर पीरियड ऑफ एट लीस्ट 2 to 3 weeks to decide that can I travel or not, do I have my systems in place, because वो system पूरा एक chain से बन रहा है. Chain में अगर एक भी link टूटा है, let's say मेरा editor बीमार हो गया है, या let's say मुझे clients का ध्यान रखना है and I have not prepared the plans on time, so can I go? The answer is no.
Yes.
So of course you have to take care of that. You have to be accountable towards yourself, to the work that you have done. You have to be accountable to the system that you've created. So I think the systems, if they are in place, you're done.
This is what I personally feel. Yes, you can travel since most of your things are happening online. Maybe you can just use your laptop. But personally, when the maintenance phases के लिए traveling ठीक है. But if I want to grow, I need my sleep on point.
Right.
Generally, if I travel, I am partying. My sleep is messed up. I can't grow while traveling, right? Yes, that is possible. But would that be optimal? The answer is no. I need to have meetings with my team. वो travel करते हुए time zone अलग है, या वो लोग busy है, या मुझे physical meeting करने मिलना है. So that wouldn't be possible. Next is you are your own boss. किसी की सुननी नहीं पड़ती. But in a way, आपको सुननी पड़ती है. For example, if you're working with clients, who is your god? Clients are your god.
Yeah.
If you're working with brands, who is your god? Brands are your god, if that's your main source of earning. So सुननी आपको पड़ती है, but yes, थोड़ा सा ये better हो जाता है. Next, last but not the least, you can change lives, right? एक simple example देता हूँ. कोई भी ये podcast देख के इंस्पायर हो जाता है कि यार I'll start my fitness business, और उनका fitness business चल जाता है. In this 1.5 hour, we have changed our life.
Right.
Or 1.5 hour, whatever the length would be, we have changed our life, right? Same goes for coaching. How do I know that? Because I myself lost 44 kgs. If someone is like obese and that person is losing fat, that person is facing confidence issues throughout. पूरे morning से evening 24 hours तक उनको confidence issues, and you make that person lose fat, or maybe you make that person gain muscle, or you improve that person's sleep. Whatever you do in coaching, you can actually change lives, and you have the power to do that.
Definitely. I think we as fitness coaches, we are वो quote होता है ना, prevention is better than cure. We are the prevention.
Yes.
So
definitely.
Like this might be a huge statement, and I hope people don't take it in a negative manner. But we as fitness coaches, if we really try to help out people, we have the ability to make people healthier than ever. Like some people, they might want to say that us fitness coaches might be more important than doctors in today's time if we really do our work diligently and sincerely. But that is definitely true कि हम prevention है एक तरह से.
Definitely. It's a great pointer, and again, you can change lives, and a lot of times in indirect ways.
Yes.
जैसे मैंने confidence की बात करी, sleep की करी, energy levels की करी. Yes. Maybe एक simple example देता हूँ. अगर आप sleep improve करते हो, although हम sleep पे we are going to do a episode soon. If you improve someone's sleep, you are improving that person's emotional reactivity. Right. Emotional health आप किसी की improve कर रहे हो, उसके relationships with colleagues, partner, children, everything would improve. Right? But इन सारे advantages के साथ आता है hidden work. एक simple example देता हूँ. अभी का यहाँ पे 8 pieces of equipment लगे हुए हैं. ये मैं बताता हूँ, मेरे को जब मैंने सोचा पॉडकास्ट स्टार्ट करने, मैंने कहा चलो माइक लाने पड़ेंगे, नॉट अ बिग डील. बट उसके साथ 7-8 चीजें और थी. नाउ वी आर नॉट जस्ट 2 of us sitting here, we are 4 of us sitting here, right? There's a lot of hidden work. Right. If you're starting a fitness business, you need to learn marketing, you need to learn sales, not just coaching is great. You need to build a service, you need to take care of onboarding, you need to take care of offboarding, you need to make sure your clients stay with you long term. So there's a lot of hidden work which is happening, right? आप बताओ कि if you're just creating content, Abhinav, so what do you think that, what is the hidden work?
As you said, you just said in the previous conversation that you are your own boss. सुनने में तो बहुत अच्छा लगता है, but at the end of the day, who is answerable for everything? If anything gets fucked up, like yes. Everything goes down, कोई वीडियो मैंने डाली है किसी ब्रांड के लिए, it doesn't work. Do you really think they will care कि किसने एडिट किया है, किसने उसने वो किया है? Yes. You are the one who is going to do it. Full responsibility. Right? So it is not about just the work that you are putting in, it's about taking everything, being accountable to the work. Like every day and night, you're just thinking about it. Okay. So there's a lot of work. Just for example, if I have to take care of a brand, just giving an example, a brand comes and, we have managers in place who take care of the conversations between two of us. And then we have editing, then we have taking care of the thumbnails and stuff like that. So I am involved in each and everything. It is not just that I've shot it, I have to prepare a script which goes back and forth, and it takes so many revisions. And I'm like,
I think last time we met, you were talking
I'm
about
like
that
sometimes
only.
holding my hair, like why the brand is not understanding. Then I'm like, just calm down. It is not your product. It is their product. They have a certain amount of emotional attachment. You have to have that understanding. Okay, don't become emotional with it. Don't become attached with it. So then we go back and forth so that we make sure that we are maintaining the integrity of our own content also, but we are also justifying the brand's expectations through the content that we are providing. तो script पे back and forth होगा. उसके बाद then we will have the shooting day. So shooting day, so right now Dinesh is sitting with me.
Yes.
So he knows कि जब shooting day आता है तब क्या होता है. Like it is not just in one take. You know, we give information. You know it.
Yes.
Like if you are giving the information, if you are creating reels, if you are creating videos, you know how many takes we have to go, because every information needs to be specific. Every information needs to be like crisp. Okay, so that the other person can understand.
री-रिसर्च मेरे को लोगों को ये नहीं पता लगता. लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स जो चीज़ें मुझे पता होती है, आई हैव टू री-रिसर्च. रीजन फॉर दैट इज एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. जैसे आपकी ब्रांड्स के टुवर्ड्स है, आई हैव रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टुवर्ड्स माय क्लाइंट्स.
Yes, exactly. So you accountability, responsibility, those are all involved, and those are the biggest pressures. Those are the biggest pressure you feel as a content creator, as a coach, as a business owner, whatever you want to call it. So after that, let's say that's done, the shooting part is done, then comes the editing part. Okay, then the editing part is done. You have to be involved in it. Each and every element is taken care of, no matter if the editor also knows it. You have to make sure, because it's your video, it's your child, it's your piece of thing that is going out. Until today, if I'm creating a video, I make sure that it's like my baby. Agar mera koi bhi piece of content ja raha hai, it's a part of me. Okay, so then that part happens. Then we send it to the brand that has to approve it. So the brand, they will give us some changes. We will do it. They might like, they might not like. They will give us changes. So it goes back and forth. So on one video, we are spending almost like good 1 week.
Yes.
This is happening, and this is not just one video that's going on.
People would just see 30 seconds.
Yes.
20 seconds.
Yes, and this is not just one video that's
going
going on.
They might just reject it after 20 seconds.
Exactly. So this is not just one video that is going on. There are these reels that are happening, the organic reels without the brand. There are these YouTube videos that are in pipeline that have to be released. So because that's how the value is happening on your channel. So all of this is happening simultaneously, right? And then one day, we are happy that the brand has approved the video finally, and then we go live. And it's like a whole good week's process, and it starts a month before, because we have bookings, brands are already in touch, getting in touch. So just for that one piece of video, just that one piece of 8-minute video, it takes almost 16 to 17 hours, like in total, to just produce that one long format video, right? So it's a lot of work. And at the end, it might get 10K views, it might get 100K views. The whole responsibility is on you, because it's a channel of Yash, Vardhan, it's a channel of Abhinav, it's a channel of Being Men. If this video does not work, it's our responsibility. We are going to be the ones facing everyone out there in the world. No one else is going to do that.
Definitely. This brings me to a point of mental health.
Yes.
पर्सनली मेरे साथ बहुत बार हुआ है कि मैं सोचा वाओ दिस वुड बी गुड, ऑल्दो आई एम नॉट डायरेक्टली अ कंटेंट क्रिएटर, बट बहुत बार होता है कि यार रिस्पॉन्स अच्छा नहीं आता, तो मूड सा खराब हो जाता है,
दिल टूट जाता है.
हाँ, मूड सा खराब हो जाता है. ऑल्दो इसका एक सोल्यूशन है. सोल्यूशन मैंने आई वाज लिसनिंग टू समवन एल्स ओनली एक्चुअली, दे वर लाइक स्टार्ट पोस्टिंग डेली. इफ यू स्टार्ट पोस्टिंग डेली और यू स्टार्ट पोस्टिंग मोर फ्रीक्वेंटली, you stop caring about stuff. What a lot of people actually do is that they work on just one thing for a very long time. They publish one thing, chalti nahi to they give up.
Right.
So that's something which we have to keep in mind. Also guys, आप लोगों को डराना नहीं चाहते हम. अभी जो हम बात कर रहे हैं थोड़े एक्सट्रीम सिनेरियोज की कर रहे हैं.
Of course.
वर्स्ट के सिनेरियोज की कई बार 2-3 घंटे में भी हो जाती होगी. But this is the worst case scenario, and in the beginning it would take more time for you.
See, of course, I have to operate at a professional level now. I've been in this business from 7 years, so I have to show that I'm there from 7 years.
Yes.
You don't need to do it. Like, you have to just start, and we will come on that point.
Yes. And again, Abhinav has been doing this since 8 years. His speed would be much faster. He has a team of 3-4 people or even more. 4 people working with you. So delegate आप long term कर सकते हो, short term भी कर सकते हो. But starting में when you are new, you would be slower. You have to suck at things. A lot of times people are not okay with sucking at things. Another pointer is you are working 24/7. जॉब में क्या आपको पता है कि यार मैं बस अपना काम करते रहूंगा, ग्रोथ हो जाएगी.
घर जाके खाना खाऊंगा, सो सकता हूँ.
हाँ, खाना खा के सो सकता हूँ. In your business, in whatever you're doing on your own, although you are your own boss, but you have to act like your own boss also. What do I mean to say? You are working 24/7 in your mind. मेरे बहुत सारे बिजनेस कोचिंग क्लाइंट्स को ये इशू आता है कि यार मैं पूरे मोस्ट ऑफ देम आर लाइक यार हम पूरे टाइम हमारे रिलेशनशिप्स खराब हो रहे हैं बिकॉज हम पूरे टाइम बिजनेस की बात करना चाहते हैं और हमारे पार्टनर को नहीं समझ आ रहा. मेरे लाइफ में फेस था 1.5 ईयर. कोई अगर फिटनेस बिजनेस की या बिजनेस की बात नहीं कर रहा, मुझे मजा नहीं आता था. तो ऑल्दो दैट हेल्प्ड, बट दैट्स नॉट अ गुड थिंग. My relationships could have gotten messed up. If my age was higher, maybe if I was 32 at that time, I had a family, I was married and stuff like that. उस time पे ये चीजें करता, then it could have caused a lot of issues. So yes, there is a lot of freedom, but mental freedom is something which you'll have to build over time. अब मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूँ throughout ही आपको पूरे टाइम काम करना पड़ेगा, but once you are in that hustling mode, you keep on thinking all the time. Simple example देता हूँ, कोई आपका क्लाइंट के रिजल्ट्स नहीं आ रहे, क्लाइंट दुखी है या क्लाइंट ने रिफंड मांग लिया. ये फिटनेस कोचेस के साथ बहुत ज़्यादा होता है, क्लाइंट्स अनफेयर रिफंड मांगते हैं, मूड खराब हो जाता है. आई हैव सीन पीपल क्राइंग, राइट? आई हैव सीन स्पेसिफिकली कहता हूँ, आई हैव सीन गाइज क्राइंग कि just because they gave their 100% and someone asked for unjust refund. So ये चीज़ें भी होती हैं, मेंटल हेल्थ में इफेक्ट आता है. 24/7 वर्क कर रहे हो तो कीप इन माइंड. बट ऐसा नहीं है, देखो इट्स नॉट जस्ट सनशाइन एंड रेनबोज. अच्छा पार्ट भी है, बुरा भी है. बोथ ऑफ अस आर सिटिंग हियर एंड आई थिंक बोथ ऑफ अस वुड बी डूइंग दिस लॉन्ग टर्म. तो इसलिए हम फियर मॉन्गरिंग करके आपको डराना नहीं चाहते हैं. हम ये नहीं सोच रहे हैं कि 80 मिलियन लोग हैं, 100 मिलियन ना हो जाए या 120 मिलियन ना हो जाए. इट्स ऑलवेज गुड. सो चलो, एडवांटेजेस डिसएडवांटेजेस की बात होगी. We just wanted to give you a clear picture of stuff.
Just one thing that I wanted to add, because Yash and me, we come from a similar kind of a childhood history where we were shy and we had issues with feeling that confidence and security within ourselves. So you need to have some amount of thick skin when you enter this business. You need to have that. And that is one of the most important talks that do you want to have it right now?
Yeah,
please, sure.
Please.
So I think thick skin is something that I've eventually come across at this point of my life in this business, that having a thick skin is one of the most important things. Like when you enter this industry, of course, money, fame and everything you want to get. But over a period of time, start focusing on building thick skin. किसी का comment आ गया. Look at it as just an app. हमने Instagram, YouTube को, although ये माई बाप है हमारे, ठीक है, हमारा सब business इनसे आता है. But let's have a very honest talk with ourselves. What are these? These are just apps. Apps पे likes आते हैं, हमारा मूड अच्छा हो जाता है, व्यूज़ आते हैं. नहीं आते हैं, नीचे आ जाता है. मूड कहाँ पे आ रहा है? तुम्हारे अंदर ही चेंजेस आ रहे हैं. तुम्हारे अंदर फिजियोलॉजी चेंज हो रही है, उससे तुम्हारी मेंटल हेल्थ ठीक होती है, फिजिकल हेल्थ ठीक होती है. Have an understanding. These are apps. It is like a game, and most people think of this game as a disadvantage to them. The way we started, there are 80 million creators, right?
Yeah.
One person can say, okay, 80 million creators, man, कैसे compete करूँ इनके साथ? And one is like, क्या है, ऐप ही है, सोचो देखो तो सही में क्या है? What is it? Having a thick skin, just for example, you post something, someone comments. Two options. One person will cry, the X and Y. One person will cry, इसने मुझे कैसे बोल दिया? Let me comment back. And then there's this thread of तूने ऐसे कैसे बोलते, तेरी ऐसे चलता है, right? And then there's another way. The game has always given you an option of blocking that person or deleting that comment.
Actually, मैंने ये question लिखा हुआ, मैं आपसे पूछने वाला था, how do you solve the issue?
Yeah. Like imagine you spent that, according to you, which was just 10 minutes, but that took your attention for the next 2-3 days. That certain person, that certain comment, which we call as keyboard warriors or bullies, cyber bullies, whatever you want to call that. And then you have another option that you just clicked on the block button. That person is out. Now you can focus your energies on something else.
Yes. Keep in mind that you don't even know that person.
Yeah.
Second, and think about the other person's psychology, that उस बंदे को किसी का डे खराब करके खुशी मिल रही है. What kind of life is that person leading?
And also,
that person is getting dopamine rush out of such cheap things.
Exactly.
Right? Small things. Feel sorry for such people. मैं personally reply तक नहीं करता हूँ. Primary reason for that is because I understand कि यार अगले की mental health में भी अच्छी ना हो.
I do it for fun now.
Right? Yeah. Do it anyway. But personally, my stance is I don't even reply. मेरे को लगता है यार, I don't know what this person is going through. Just like this motherfucker. Sorry for the language.
It's all right.
This motherfucker does not know what I am going through, how my day was, what did I do in the back end, right? So it's like both ways, and blocking is the simplest answer.
Yeah, like next time you find me getting into an argument with you in comments, just know that I'm just having fun, and at some point I'm going to block you if you don't stop.
Yeah, in the end, it's like, simple answers. Because in the end, what is the biggest asset we have? Our time, right? If we are wasting time on random people who would never change. A lot of times where content creators, I think, go wrong is that they try to change the other person. But the thing is, everyone has this assumption that, I am always right.
Yeah, yes. Imagine yourself, like if you're watching someone's video, let's say you're watching anyone's video, let's say, right now the standard of, let's say, having a fitness knowledge is like, let's say, Haberman. You go to his videos, you like something, you comment good about it. You don't like something, you just move on.
Right.
Why would you stop?
Yes.
Why would you stop to comment something which can harm the other person mentally or emotionally? Why would you do that? Who gives you the power to do that? Right? You just move on.
एक और चीज़ बताता हूँ इसमें, ऑल्दो मैंने बाद में डिस्कस करना था, बट इसके अभी कर लेते हैं डिस्कशन. लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स एज कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स, एज कोचेस, व्हाट पीपल डू इज पीपल गेट इनटू कंट्रोवर्सीज.
Right.
One thing which I respect about you a lot is, Abhinav, I have never seen you get into this, like ever. Maybe हुआ मेरे सामने नहीं हुआ, and I know you from 7-8 years.
We'll talk about that. But yeah, please continue.
Yeah, so I've never seen you get into that, and it's like inspirational for everyone else, because in the end, see, the thing is, negativity sells. नेगेटिविटी सेल्स. अगर आप नेगेटिव करोगे, लोगों को स्लैंडर करोगे, उल्टा सीधा बोलोगे, येस, यू विल गेट मोर लाइक्स, मोर व्यूज. बट व्हाट काइंड ऑफ पीपल आर यू अट्रैक्टिंग? Negative people.
Exactly.
Negative people are not just negative for one thing.
Exactly.
Negativity is a habit. Exactly. Now you have attracted negative people are following you.
Yes.
When they don't have anything else to be negative about, who would be their target?
Exactly.
Or maybe, if negative people become your client, and something goes haywire, because you are a human, you might make mistakes, or expectations में ऊपर नीचे हो जाए, या communication में issue हो जाए, because communication is never perfect. What happens next? You would be the target.
Right.
So it's like, karma, but this is how it works.
Yeah.
Right. So keep that in mind. Chalo, let's get back to this. Abhinav, so what was your first substantial earning? आपने $100 बताया YouTube से.
Yeah.
But I know that, a few years back, this is like 4 years back, you got your own car, which was like inspirational for all of us. So when did you realize कि यार मैंने कभी ऐसा सोचा नहीं था इतने पैसे आ जाएंगे? Which year was that, and कितने time बाद?
Now again, as I said, this business, whatever we are doing right now, it is a blessing and a curse at the same time, and this story might tell you why I said that. So my first major earning didn't come from YouTube or brands, because even I think until we hit 5 lakh subscribers by the start or mid of 2018, it was not a booming industry, this paid marketing in YouTube or Instagram. My first major hit was I remember exactly the month, it was April 2017 or 18, April 2018. And I just had started my online trainings. In 2017, I dislocated the shoulder. So by November, I came and I was like a crybaby. मेरी जिंदगी उजड़ गई है, मैं सब कुछ खत्म हो गया मेरा, ना मैं जिम लगा सकता हूँ, ना वीडियोस चल रही है मेरी, ना मेरा ऑनलाइन ट्रेनिंग्स हैं. And that time I had a conversation with Jack Chima sir, who was mentoring me on to, he was motivated me a lot at that point of time. So we talked a lot about law of attraction, how to take these things forward. So he told me, like, Abhinav, just focus on what you can do. And I said, what is the easiest way for me to start earning? Because now it's been a while and I've expired all my savings that I did from my modeling career. So it's a high time for me. And then I started promoting my online training services. I think that was all what I used to do during the day. Or everything. Those 4 months were the most intense months. And by April, I know I hit a figure of from earning somewhere around 30-40K. Instantly, it was like 6 lakhs per month.
Right. This is 2017.
2017. 2018. 2018. April 2018. Yes. Instantly, I have 6 lakhs per month. But again, the curse that I said, I had the worst burnout ever. Worst burnout. Like that was the day that was like the month I understood, ये पैसा कमाया जा सकता है, but there's a certain amount of responsibility and work that comes along with it. And if my systems are not in place, this is going to fuck me over badly. My mental, emotional, physical health. And that day I realized I have to tone back. So then I started limiting the number of clients I'm going to take. It's okay, I'm going to say no. Then that was 6. The next, I think, month was only 2. Yes. And I said 2 is like whatever clients that I've got, this is only what I want to manage right now.
Right.
That is how it went.
Yes. So there's good also. There's a lot of good, right? Because a lot of jobs, I mean, if there's a job which is paying 6 lakhs rupees per month, they're going to fuck you up. Matlab, they're going to make you work so much.
Yes.
And although, this is a little subjective, मैं ये नहीं बोलूँगा हर किसी के लिए same है, but there's from my experiences. And so मेरी first earning थी, I made like 8,000 rupees. 3 days, 3 to 4 days after I started officially. उससे पहले I had helped a friend. I was just helping friends like that. But one thing which I had realized was free stuff को कोई value नहीं करता. First, so once friend was like कि यार I have to pay you, bro. Then only I'll follow. He paid me 6,000 rupees. Then when I started out to 2017, it was 8,000. So उस time पे dad has a big business, investment, real estate. He never used to take this seriously, right? He was like, I'll discuss this in detail. That how did I strategize around this? First time 8,000 कमाए, ठीक है. First month में I think made like 40,000 rupees. First 2 months में, because उस time पे मेरे पास transformations थी already, because I had helped 100-150 people, 7-8 next level transformations थी उस time पे. एक बंदा जिसने 60 kgs lose किया हुआ है, 2 friends हैं जिनके abs निकले हुए हैं. Guys, also keep in mind, lot of times helping people just you want to help, just because you help them, or you want to help them and you like helping them, can change things for you. Because
it always gets the results better.
Right. And when I started out, when I was just helping friends, I was just helping friends. मैंने कभी सोचा नहीं था कुछ start भी करूँगा.
Right.
उन transformations ने इतना push दे दिया, help कर दिया. 6 months में I think I made my first 6 figures. October था शायद. तब मैंने realize करा, तब भी एक बार डैड के साथ discussion हुई, डैड कहते कि यार, because obviously he's a different generation. My parents always supported me, but they were like, dude, you're leaving this and getting into this. Right. 6 months में made my first 6 figures. So then dad told me while walking once, which inspired me a lot. कहते it would be good if you get to 7 figures, right? तो मैं हंसने लगा. Me and mom were, हम सारे साथ walk करते हैं. मैं हंसने लग गया. मैं कहा यार ये तो possible ही नहीं सकता. After a few months that happened, and from there things kept on growing. And it's like when I started out, मैंने कभी सोचा ही नहीं हो सकता. My goal was making 20,000 rupees. वो मेरा उस टाइम सप्लीमेंट्स का खर्चा था. फालतू के सप्लीमेंट्स बड़े कंज्यूम करता था. वे प्रोटीन एंड ऑल दीस थिंग्स. मैंने कहा यार ये खुद हो जाए ना, मेरे को कोई टेंशन नहीं है. तो बट it kept on growing. So
like we all have had that cute start.
Yes,
we all the fitness enthusiasts.
Yes, and again जैसे अभी हम बात कर रहे थे, कभी ऐसा लगा कि यार ये नहीं होना चाहिए. मेरे साथ पर्सनली ऐसा कभी फेज नहीं आया, because again it was like coming out of passion. Because if I am helping one person today and that person just messages me, dude, you have changed my life, and if someone is meeting my parents and telling them your son has changed their life, I was like chalo good. But yes, there are bad days अभी भी होते हैं, ऐसा नहीं है. bad days होते हैं, but जब भी bad day होता है, I ask myself how can I improve. कैसे इंप्रूव होगा. एक कॉन्सेप्ट होता है ब्रो एंटी फ्रेजाइल का. एंटी फ्रेजिलिटी क्या होता है? बेसिकली द कॉन्सेप्ट इज व्हेनेवर समथिंग बैड और रॉन्ग हैपेंस, इट्स ऑलवेज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू improve a system. Not right now. So the system is improved forever.
Yes.
Right? So if you have that opportunity to improve the system, so bad days, bad things and fuck-ups are actually a good thing in a way. Because you learn and you improvise.
And that's how I think we started, like get your systems in place.
Yes. And systems build करने में time लगता है. मेरे को मतलब 3 years back, I was like that, I need more freedom. I need to create systems, build a team and all that. Team, I started building 4 years back. Systems build करने में, it took me like 3 years. Like अच्छे से, अभी भी, that process happens
You've done
forever.
it beautifully. You've done it beautifully.
Thank you. And okay, so next question is, do followers matter? आगे हम इस पे जाएंगे कि how can one start, but पहला question मैं clear कर देना चाहता हूँ.
Let's be honest. Yes. Let's be honest. बिल्कुल सीधी बात. Of course they matter.
Right.
It's like your report card.
Yes.
तुम स्कूल जाते थे, तुम एग्जाम देते थे, एग्जाम में तुम्हें जितना मर्जी आता हो, तुम्हारे नंबर नहीं आए हैं.
Yes.
Who cares?
Right. Great point of view. But quality versus quantity में मेरे को बात करूँ, और मैं बताता हूँ क्वेश्चन क्यों पूछ रहा हूँ. बिकॉज मैं पर्सनली कुछ ऐसे लोगों को जानता हूँ जिनके जेन्युइन फॉलोअर्स हैं. 100K, 300K, 2 लोगों को जानता हूँ. एक्चुअली 2 बंदों को दिमाग में आ रहा है. वन ऑफ देम हैज फॉलोअर्स अराउंड 100K, अदर वन हैज 770K. जब मैंने पहले देखा था, they were literally making what amount of money? What do you guess?
I have no idea.
Close to zero. The numbers were close to zero. And followers genuine थे, because first thing when they took a consultation from me, I was like कि यार नकली हो सकते हैं, but followers legit थे. थोड़ा और context दे देता हूँ. They were females with great physiques, great looking females. Right? So quality versus quantity में थोड़ा बताओगे आप, मतलब as content creators, do you guys focus on that, and how can you manage that?
सी आपके रिजल्ट्स बताते रहेंगे. क्वालिटी वर्सेस क्वांटिटी, सिंपल थिंग. आपके फॉलोअर्स बढ़ रहे हैं, एंगेजमेंट ज़्यादा नहीं आ रही है, पीपल आर नॉट डीएमिंग यू, दे आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन योर सर्विसेज. आप ब्रांड्स का काम कर रहे हो, आपके सेल्स अच्छे नहीं हो रहे हैं. इट्स अ क्लियर कट साइन लाइक योर क्वांटिटी इज गुड, पीपल आर interested in you, but they might not be interested in the value that you're giving. They might just be interested in you, in your persona, in your image, or how you look.
Yes.
Okay. Basic example.
Right.
Quality, you might have had only 50K followers or 100K followers, but your engagement rate, like the number of views that you're getting is more than 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%. You have 100K followers, you're getting 200K views. You are working with the brand is happy, he's coming back to you. You have online training businesses, you are making tons of money every single month. There's your quality.
Yes.
Right? So it's completely up to you. You want to have the dopamine rush of having followers, meri fame ho, mujhe sab log jaane. Do the quantity part.
Right.
That is on you. If you are taken care of, if you don't want, and if you're satisfied, you don't want to make it a business, you're doing well for yourself. Outside that particular thing, you take the quantity part. But when you are serious about it, you want to build something integral, you want people to remember your name. There's this song, Remember the Name.
Yes.
Right? So that we used to listen in the gym. If you really want to people to remember your name, ask yourself honestly, can you really skip the quality part?
Yes.
No.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. So इस पे थोड़ा सा बात करना चाहूँगा. Basically, it's like generalist versus specialist. If you are just chasing being a generalist, that works. I've seen a lot of good people, top content creators इनको आप जानते हो, they are mostly generalists, but they have some things in common. Number one, they are legendary content creators. Right? मैं in any way नहीं कह रहा वो गलत कर रहे हैं, but you know the level at which they are great content creators. They're super presentable. The way they speak, it's great, right? But for most people who are starting out, I would suggest that take the specialist approach, because स्पेशली अब कोचिंग मेथड की थोड़ी सी बात कर लेता हूँ कि फॉलोअर्स मैटर करते हैं कि नहीं करते. आई हैव फ्यू कोचेज इन FBA who have like less than 2,000 followers, 3,000 followers, and they are making like 7-8 lakh rupees per month, right? उनका क्या है, what is their secret? It's quality. उनका एक फॉलोअर भी बढ़ता है, चांसेस उस फॉलोअर के कन्वर्ट होने के बहुत ज़्यादा है.
Leads.
Yes. Lot of it depends upon your positioning and how you message and how you position yourself and what kind of value do you provide, right? अगर आप एक स्पेसिफिक नीश को चूज करोगे और उसके टुवर्ड्स मूव करोगे, उधर ग्रो करना, स्पेशली व्हेन इट स्ट्रिक्टली टॉकिंग इन टर्म्स ऑफ बिजनेस, it's a little easier. Again, easy is not the right word. It's a little faster because you can be a specialist and you can get on the top much easier. Example देता हूँ, नीश की जब इंपॉर्टेंस मैं कोचेस को समझा रहा होता हूँ, सिंपल सा एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ. थिंक अबाउट द बेस्ट डॉक्टर इन द वर्ल्ड और बेस्ट डॉक्टर इन द कंट्री. बेस्ट डॉक्टर के लिए कोई अवार्ड नहीं होता, बट बेस्ट स्किन सर्जन, बेस्ट प्लास्टिक सर्जन, बेस्ट कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट, इन सब के लिए अवार्ड होता है. राइट. बिकॉज दे आर स्पेशलिस्ट. अभी एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ, आपने हार्ट का ऑपरेशन कराना है, आप किसी भी जनरल डॉक्टर के पास चले जाओगे या बेस्ट हार्ट स्पेशलिस्ट के पास जाओगे, हार्ट स्पेशलिस्ट के पास जाओगे. सेम अप्लाइज टू दिस, ऑल्दो एग्जाम्पल काफी रैंडम सा दिया मैंने.
It makes sense. Yes. It makes complete sense.
Exactly. Whenever you look up to content creators, ask yourself what is their speciality, right? What can be my speciality? A lot of times speciality may just look at yourself and ask yourself that, what are you most interested in? Because in the end, it's very hard to beat a person who's having fun.
Right.
And you can only have fun if you love the process, and you can only love the process if you are actually interested in this. You're not looking at others and you're doing it, right?
True that.
So keeping that in mind, एक और चलो random question है ये. This is not related to what we are talking about. So your personality is great, Abhinav. Give me 3 tips that or give everyone 3 tips through which they can automatically improve their videos. Yes, physique is one. What do you do before your video, or what is your grooming? What does your grooming look like?
Honestly, Yash, I don't have any tips on this because मुझे बहुत साल लगे हैं. People see Abhinav Mahajan, who he is, and I also see myself, and I go back to the pictures that of my teen life as I've been. So there won't be any tips, but definitely consistency is something that I would say. Like I have a vision for myself, how I want to look like, how I want my vibe to be, how I want my hair to be in a certain way, how I want my skin to be in a certain way, how I want my outfit to be in a certain way. So the way that you work hard on everything else, outside yourself, have the same kind of focus and vision for yourself too, in terms of how you want to give the experience to the other person when they meet you for the first time, right? So it includes polishing everything about yourself. If I see myself 10 years back, the way that I used to have my social connections, the way I talk to people, I presented myself, it's very different. You've been following me, or you've been, you've known me from a long time. You know the kind of look that I had a few years back.
Long next question is related.
Right. So I saw a lot of changes as to how people respond to you based on the look that you are giving to them. That is like the first response. That's not true for everyone, but most of the people, they will respond to you the way you look.
100% it does.
That is the first
and
thing.
this is scientific because इसे scientifically associative coherence कहते हैं. जैसे मैं आपको देखूंगा, अगर मैं आपको बिल्कुल भी नहीं जानता, मेरे माइंड में एक स्टोरी बन जाएगी आपसे रिलेटेड automatically. This is associative coherence. And so in a way, a lot of people say first impression matters. Yes, it does.
And that is why I think the one advantage we talked about, modeling helped me a lot.
Yes.
Being a shy kid, I went into that career, I was like clueless. I was like, कहाँ आ गया हूँ मैं? ये तो बिल्कुल ही उल्टी चीज़ है जिसमें आ गया हूँ. तो मेरे माँ बाप परेशान है. ये बच्चा मैं कह रहा था मैं IAS बनूंगा, सोल्जर बनूंगा, मैं इसमें जाऊँगा, अपना इंजीनियरिंग करूँगा, IIT करूँगा. ये कहाँ आ गया है? ये कहाँ जा रहा है? And then that was a different story. But that helped me. I had no guidance. I was in there, and that is one industry where you have to look your best every single day. If you want to go through those auditions, if you want to crack those shoots and stuff like that. So it took me good 8 months to realize कि यार ये कैसे. So I worked on that. I pushed myself, and whenever I have to improve something about myself, I feel I'm lacking something, I will push myself into a situation where I have no other choice but to improve that thing in me.
Yes.
Okay. And the same thing goes for the personality basis that you talk.
Yes.
If you want to improve your personality, it's simple. Like, be consistent with yourself.
Yes.
Every single day you wake up, every single day you are spending, you are earning money, you are doing your job, you are studying, but do something as to how you want others to feel or respond to you as they meet you for the first time.
Right.
What kind of dresses, what kind of t-shirts will look good on you, what kind of shoes will look good. Of course, it needs to fit in your budget. You don't need to go extravagant. You don't need to buy expensive stuff. How you want your hair to be. What is that one look that you think that can suit you? What kind of persona you want to present out? Okay.
Yes.
Because that's the first judgment.
Yes.
Of course, me and you, we are getting to know more and more and more through these podcasts, and we are understanding we are like very similar, still very different, but still we are genuine towards each other, genuine towards ourselves, genuine towards our audience. But the audience that is watching you, they're creating an image. See what image you want to be created out there in the world.
What part of yourself you want seen.
Yes. So just for example, in 2020, I decided that I want to change my image. Before there was my Instagram channel, Abhinav Fitness. I used to put a lot of my shirtless photos and stuff like that. I used to enjoy that. I used to get a lot of attention. You get a lot of followers, and like, wow, followers आ गए. फिर बाद में realize हुआ, yeah, great physique. I'm like, इनको दिखता ही है. बाहर जाके किससे बात करो, great physique. कहीं और कोई बात नहीं हो रही. इसके अलावा कोई ज्यादा बात नहीं हो रही. फिटनेस फ्री को आप तो प्रोटीन ही पीते होगे, है ना. आप तो फैट फ्री खाते होगे खाना, या आपके लिए स्पेशल हम कोई चिवड़े बनवा लेते हैं बाहर से. आई एम लाइक, this is because this is kind of persona that has been created through my channels.
Yes.
Now I want to change it. Yes, I want to change it because I want them to know that. Not even want them to know. I want to create a different kind of a personality, different kind of image, because that's what this fitness business or online business is all about, especially the content creation. What kind of an image you want to create in the world. So then I changed everything. I changed my username to Abhinav Mahajan Life. I changed the way that I looked. It took me a while.
Yes.
I stopped in 2020 starting, but then I came back in 2021. So it took like one and a half year to make sure that, there's a specific look that I want to fit in. There's a specific target and the niche that I want to target from now on. And I want to come out in an improved fashion in terms of everything. Right? So consistency, keep working on yourself, have a clarity as to how you want to look, or what kind of an experience you want the other person to have when they meet you or look at you for the first time.
Or what part of yourself do you want seen?
Exactly.
Right? Because
image.
Yes.
Just image.
Yes. Because everyone's personality has different types. आप क्या दिखाना चाहते हो? Literally same cheese. Who do you want to help? Right? Who do you want to help? And on basis of that, you take a call on stuff. So Abhinav, question, very simple question. Most people know the answer though. How does one start? when it comes to content creation?
We already started, I think, like we already discussed in the start. When we say anything, take the leap of faith.
Right.
Like there was this, I think, book that I used to, I used to read a lot of books, but there was this one book, I still have that particular thing etched in mind. Like 30% is a good place to start. Like we are always, let's say you want to create YouTube videos, you want to create Instagram, we are always looking at the idol that we have, and we want to start when we are at 100%. Let's say if I'm following Yash Vardhan Swami, I'm seeing Yash Vardhan Swami right now, the kind of videos he's creating, the kind of value that he's providing. And I want to start only when I reach that level. And that is, I think, where a lot of people cannot take that action.
Yes, and it starts with comparison. You are just comparing your chapter 1 with someone's chapter 100.
Yes. Unless you are sure that that person started from there, just look at that person. Where did he start from?
Right.
Just for the motivation for yourself. Just see it, and you'll be like, probably you are ahead of that person when you are starting out. You have so much of exposure.
Yes, you are ahead of every person who has already done it, because you can learn from their mistakes.
Exactly.
Maybe you can take mentorship from that person. Maybe you can join that person's, if that person has some membership or something like that.
If I'm looking at you, I will see, okay, what kind of a mic is he using? Okay, and what kind of dress is he using? What kind of words he's using? What kind of image is he creating? So if I want to create this image, do I have a mic? Okay. ये वाला तो नहीं आ सकता, but I can get a cheaper version of this. Okay, do I have the quality, video quality? ये तो नहीं है, बस कि 30% हो सकती है मेरे पास. क्या मेरे पास इसके जैसी बातें करने का ढंग है? 30% है, 40% इतना मैं कर लूँगा. When you're sure कि वो 30-40% आपकी रिसर्च हो गया,
yes,
started.
Yes, ये बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग आपने पॉइंट बोला कि यार ये वाला माइक नहीं आ सकता, दूसरा ले आऊँगा. Lot of times where people go wrong is our brain is lazy. Right. People think that if someone's maybe someone's podcast is working, that might be because of the mic.
Path of least resistance,
things don't work like that. Right. So so if your brain is putting your current actions to any time in future, if in simple terms, if your brain is procrastinating because of X reason, your brain is lying to you. You are lying to yourself, and you might just never start. Right. Also, don't wait for perfection. आपका चैप्टर 1 है, किसी का चैप्टर 100 होगा. Yes, take inspiration, learn from their mistakes, learn how to do things properly.
Yes.
But doesn't mean that आप सीधा चैप्टर 100 से start करोगे, because else you might never be able to start. And when you turn 90, you might just look back and think that काश मैं वो कर लेता. I had it in me.
Progression
because
over
most
perfection.
People have it in them. Because when I started out, if someone said that you will be speaking on a mic for 2 hours, I would be like, fuck you, that's not possible. Right. Because I was so shy, right? Even when I started out, my girlfriend once told me, यार इतना बड़ा तो introvert था, why did you post? I mean, तेरे को ये नहीं था कि you were not scared of failing. I was like, I just had a one-sided vision. And one of the biggest things was that, मैंने कोई ऐसा गोल नहीं सेट किया था कि यार ये build करना है. इससे मेरे को याद आता है एक बड़ा interesting quote. आपका view चाहिए मेरे को उस पे. The quote is that, be realistic is the worst advice you have heard. What do you think about that?
I think it is the worst advice. There was another book that I got. I reminded you reminded me with this quote. It was the Icarus Deception.
Yes.
I don't know if you've heard that story, in which there's a person वो wings डाल के, and they start, उनको बोलते हैं कि ज़्यादा ऊपर तक मत जाना. He puts up the wings, he keeps on going, and then he reaches closer to the sun, the wings melt down, and then he crashes.
Yes.
Right. But then they say, then there's another thing that they forgot to mention is, don't fly too low also.
Right.
There's a perfect place where you can start flying.
Yes.
Right. So these quotes are like the same thing. Be realistic. What do you mean by realistic?
Yes.
What is your definition of realistic?
Exactly my point.
Be realistic. Someone, for example, you want to talk in terms of materialistic world. For a person, A and B. For A, being realistic means they want to buy let's say a Maruti Suzuki 800. We've all been through that.
Yes.
And then there's a B person. For them, being realistic is I want to buy a Jaguar.
Yes.
It is their set point. It is their set point. Now, are you sure that the set point that you're fixing for yourself, will you be satisfied with that?
Yes.
Are you sure? The kind of person that you are. See what kind of person you are.
Yes.
What do you really want to achieve in life? And then move towards that realism part.
Right. So realistic, according to me, depends upon how you define it. Right.
Right.
For example, एक simple example देता हूँ. यू आर ड्राइविंग अ ग्रेट कार, आप डे वन पे अगर सोचते हैं यार मैंने ये गाड़ी लेनी है,
Right.
तो मे बी चांसेस आर, एंड स्पेशली इफ यू हैवंट डन एनीथिंग इन योर लाइफ, आपको गोल अपना इतना दूर लगेगा कि आप कभी एक्शन नहीं डालोगे, बिकॉज आप अपने गोल से ही डर जाओगे. सो यू नो, डिपेंड्स अपॉन बी रियलिस्टिक. अगर आप ऐसे बंदों के आसपास रहते हो हु हैव वेरी स्मॉल विजन, वेरी लो विजन, देन यस, दिस एडवाइस अप्लाइज टू यू. बट इफ यू आर एक्चुअली अ रियलिस्टिक पर्सन, स्टार्ट विद वन थिंग. सो how does someone start with coaching method? It's like start providing value.
Exactly.
सिंपल सी चीज़ करनी है आपने. अगले के आप अपनी ऑडियंस के मन में क्या डाल रहे हैं कि यार ये बंदा फ्री में मुझे इतनी वैल्यू प्रोवाइड कर रहा है, व्हाट हैपेंस इफ आई पे दिस पर्सन. सेकंड, अंडरस्टैंड हुज प्रॉब्लम आर यू सॉल्विंग. किसकी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रहे हो. एंड स्टार्टिंग में अगर आपको समझ नहीं आ रहा है, टोटली फाइन. इसके 3 रूल्स हैं. नंबर 1, यू कैन फाइंड द पर्सन. Number 2, they can pay you, they have money. Third, you can solve their problem, right? Third one is the most important, right? A lot of times हमें starting में समझ नहीं आता यार किसको help करे ये वो. A lot of times when you're not able to find your niche, just look into the mirror. For me it worked because I had lost 44 kgs. My niche was mostly people who had tried multiple times, who were obese and stuff like that, and that can help you a lot.
Right.
And just create content for that one person. सुनने में ये काउंटर इंट्यूटिव लगेगा आपको. काउंटर इंट्यूटिव इसलिए लगेगा कि आप सोचोगे कि यार इतने सारे बंदे मैं सबके साथ काम कर लूँगा. बट इतने सारे बंदों के साथ अगर आप काम करना चाहते हो, आप मैसेजिंग आपकी कभी भी क्लैरिफाई नहीं हो पाएगी, राइट? अगेन उसमें इफ़ यू आर एन एक्सेप्शनल कंटेंट क्रिएटर, इफ़ यू हैव ग्रेट पर्सनैलिटी, इफ़ यू नो हाउ टू क्रिएट लेजेंडरी कंटेंट फ्रॉम डे वन itself, then anything would work for you.
Right.
But if you're someone like me who does not have any experience of speaking and stuff like that, who did not have any experience, just start with solving one problem and just start with the goal of finding one client. When it comes to content creation, start with goal of making one brand start with just goal of getting one brand deal. Maybe it's just a barter exchange, and from there move on, because in the end competence builds confidence.
Very true.
Competence comes from proof of what you have done in the past, right? Also, if you want to be a fitness coach, start with your own transformation. That would help you a lot. So bande ne start kar diya. Start with a small goal,
right?
And because so that would give you the motivation to live day by day. अगर आप ऐसा गोल सेट कर रहे हो, बहुत बार आजकल स्टार्टअप कल्चर चल रहा है, बंदे सोचते हैं सीधा यार मैंने 100 करोड़ की कंपनी बनानी है और आपने अभी तक कुछ भी नहीं किया है, तो आपको 100 करोड़ इतना दूर लगेगा, यू वोंट पुट इन दी
बना भी लोगे, संभालनी पड़ेगी सिस्टम.
You have to become the person, right? It's like the universe doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you need.
Yeah.
You become the person.
And deserve and whatever, but first you become the person and then you get that whatever you're looking for.
अब कोई स्टार्ट कर देता है, उसके बाद मैं कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स डिस्कस करना चाहता हूँ. जनरली लोगों को प्रॉब्लम्स आती है. पहली चीज़ है शाइनी ऑब्जेक्ट सिंड्रोम. शाइनी ऑब्जेक्ट सिंड्रोम क्या होता है? दैट आपने कुछ स्टार्ट किया, you did not wait for improving yourself in that. Instead you looked at some other person. For example, आज आपने अभिनव को देख के अभिनव जैसा कंटेंट क्रिएट करना स्टार्ट कर दिया, कल आपने किसी और क्रिएटर को देखने लगे, परसों किसी और को. So you never got the opportunity to become an expert in it or improve in it. What do you think about this, Abhinav?
You have to be true to yourself. You have to focus on yourself first.
Yes.
Okay. Again, see what is your starting point, where you're heading towards, कहाँ पे आप जाना चाहते हो. And then for me, the best thing that works, if I have a certain goal in mind, I will always reverse engineer it.
Yes.
For example, because we are talking about money, if I have to target, let's say I want 10 lakh rupees in 1 month. See what all opportunities do I have, what all skills I have, or what all skills I have to learn in order to make that happen, right? See, अगर मैं इन skills को कितनी leads लेता हूँ, कितने इसमें से I can charge for my services from this particular part of my business. I can charge for this particular for my part of the brands. From this, I can start selling the ebooks. So how do I do it? Break it in small steps. And that is, I think, where most people lag, because we are not taught this kind of a financial education in the school. Break it down, break those things, break those goals into smaller targets. Like if you want to earn 10 lakhs in 1 year, like per month, and at the end of this 1 year, see how you can reverse engineer that whole stuff.
Yes.
Break it down in 1 month ka goal, progression.
Great point.
I think that gives you a lot of confidence.
Yes.
That gives you confidence. But again, at the same time, because as you said, competence gives you confidence.
Yes.
Focus on that competence part also, because that will also give you that confidence to keep taking those bold steps every now and then, because things won't be sunshine and rainbows all the while. There will be days when things are not going by your side. There will be months when what you expected didn't go through. But then again, we've also talked about that. That is exactly the opportunity universe is giving you कि ये छोटा सा तेरे से fuck up हो रहा है कहीं पे, इसको ठीक कर ले और जो तू चाह रहा है तुझे मिल जाएगा.
Great pointer. Next, I would like to talk about not wanting to suck. When you start with anything, बहुत मैं लोगों को एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ. मेरा पुराना कंटेंट देख लो. मेरे स्टार्टिंग में कंटेंट देख लेना, क्या बातें करता था. Language, it was like.
And sometimes we suck till today. Like sometimes we sit in front of the camera.
Next year we are going to say the same thing. कि यार this podcast wasn't क्या था.
You look back. If I have to look back my videos 2 months back, I'm like, ये कौन था बे?
Exactly.
Who the hell was this person?
That's a sign of improvement.
Yes.
And you know, I'm pretty sure we're going to say this next year when we talk about this episode also. नेक्स्ट इज टेकिंग इंस्पिरेशन फ्रॉम आउटलायर्स. हम क्या करते हैं, सबसे एक्सट्रीम एग्जाम्पल का केस देखते हैं, स्टीव जॉब्स का एग्जाम्पल देखते हैं और इलॉन मस्क का एग्जाम्पल देखते हैं और सोचते हैं यार हमने सेम वैसा बनना. इंस्टेड टेक इंस्पिरेशन फ्रॉम अदर 99% हु डिड नॉट हैव एनी नेचुरल स्किल, who were not extreme, and you know that would always be better. Look at their journeys versus looking at journeys of special people. I'm not saying they were gifted, but they were special when it came to their work ethic and stuff like that.
And you know, another thing, a very simple thing I always say when people get into that idea of idolizing people, those who are already made it, those who have already made it and they're at that high status, is you have your own life, you have your own journey, darling. Like it is not going to be the same at all.
Yes.
Even if you want to be the next Elon Musk, the difficulties and the hardships and the challenges that you're going to face in life, they are not going to be the same.
Yes.
Okay. Focus on your journey, see where you can grow, what suits you, what fits best in your life, what fits best, what is good for your own mental, physical, emotional and spiritual health. Results will come.
Yes.
Focus on your own journey. That's it.
Great
Simple
point.
thing.
Yes, definitely. Inspiration लो, compare ना करो अपने आप को. Next is stay grounded. मेरे साथ हुआ, जब थोड़ा करने लग गया मैं हवा में उड़ने लग गया.
हो जाता है.
Yes, so you know, stay grounded. There's something called the Dunning Kruger effect and illusion of knowledge. Dunning Kruger effect क्या कहता है? When you start learning a bit, you think you know more than anyone else.
Yes.
But once you learn more and more, you realize that, you know, there's so much to learn and you become modest.
Infinite. When you really realize the whole universe, see, at the end of the day, it's just information. Everything is information. Everything that we are sharing right now in front of this camera, every word that I talk to you, it can be in any form. You know, अगर मैं गाली भी निकालता हूँ, it is also kind of information. तो information, once you realize, the information is limitless. It is infinite. उसकी कोई limit like है ही नहीं है.
Right.
So you you automatically become grounded कि मेरे को कुछ नहीं पता.
Yes. The more you learn, the more you know that you have to learn.
You have to learn.
Right. So this is like, you know, great conversation. I don't want to even stop it, but you know, let's summarize what we have discussed. But summarize करने से पहले एक चीज पूछना चाहता हूँ, अभिनव. Why would you are at a great level? Why would someone want to buy from take service of a new creator or buy from someone from a new business or a new coach?
It's all about opportunity. You have to see, for example, let's say I am at the end of the day, I'm just competing with myself. Yes. I go back 1 year back and I see my videos, my content, and I'll be like, what can I improve over here?
Yes.
What is something that I'm lacking here which can make my services better? That is exactly how you can start looking at things and people. Those are already in the same business or the same niche that you're trying to get into.
Yes.
Okay, this person is good. This person is great. But there is something he's missing that I have.
Definitely.
Focus on that.
Definitely. This was my pointer because, you know, again, see, Abhinav does not have the time to research others now.
Right.
You have the biggest asset with you, that is time. You can research others. You can create, you can charge less, charging less, and, you know, give more benefit to the company. You can create better connection. You can give more time to the brand. You can, you know, provide a better service if you're a coach. You can give, maybe you can talk to your clients every day. Not everyone can.
Yes.
People at higher level cannot. Big companies cannot. So personal connection, the personal connection you can create when you're starting out because you have more time is game changing. So, you know, if you think you're new, that's a big advantage, right? You can build your expertise. You can build your, you know, micro niche. Niche में भी अगर एकदम डिटेल में जाना एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ, कोचिंग में I just coach fathers who are lawyers That's a great niche.
Yes.
Fathers who are lawyers. No competition in that niche right now, as far as I know, especially in India, right? And you can become a specialist, or you can become the best coach for fathers who are lawyers, right? So you can find a micro niche. At this level, finding a micro niche is very difficult. If I ask myself, can I limit myself to just this? The answer is no. And you can make big money via that.
Yes.
Right? एंड अगेन गोल्स रियलिस्टिक सेट करो, बट अगेन रियलिस्टिक की डेफिनेशन क्लियर कर लो. अगर आपके आसपास लोग हैं जो आपको डीमोटिवेट कर रहे हैं, who have a small vision, then be realistic is the worst advice applies to you. But if you are actually realistic and actually honest with yourselves and you can see the world objectively, then this advice does not apply to you.
Beautiful.
And when should people start?
Again, the same question, like 30%, 40%. See, look at everything. Like if you are that minimum, जो मेरी अभी ऑडियो क्वालिटी इसका 30% मिल चुका है मुझे, ठीक है, मैं स्टार्ट कर दूंगा. जो मुझे स्किल्स whatever, because whenever you are starting, you have someone in mind,
yes,
whose level you want to reach. Okay, so if you're like, you are inspired from this A, look where you are.
Yes.
What kind of a minimum, look around. You don't, most of the times what I have experienced in life, I'm waiting for that next breakthrough. I'm waiting for some person to come into my life to get me out of that particular situation or to help me grow. But then I always realize, look around myself and look what are the resources I can use to the best of my ability. ठीक है, पैसे नहीं है, माइक के लिए नहीं है, बट मेरे पास फोन है, फोन की आवाज तो आती है ना, उससे तो शुरू करूं मैं.
Yes.
Let me start with it.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Perfect.
That is the kind
start
of
now.
Yes. There is no perfect time to start. ये ऐसा नहीं होएगा कि एकदम से आपके पास सब कुछ आ जाएगा फिर आप शुरू कर दोगे. You have to see what is the best you can do right now. Make sure you collect all that best and just start.
Yes.
Start and keep adding. Focus on the progression. On the progression. Stay consistent. Simple thing: consistent, discipline, progression, action, repeat. Confidence आएगा फिर से. Consistency, discipline, progression, action, again repeat.
Yes.
Just keep on going. That is the only way that you can crack this thing.
Yes. Great. You explained it perfectly. All I would want to say on this pointer is that last best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. Next best time is today. Wow. So start today. Don't wait for tomorrow, because the only regret you might have long term is that I should have started sooner.
Exactly.
Right? How can one start being a student? Literally the same thing. If you're a student, the biggest leverage you have is the time. Right? You have time to improve. You have time to make mistakes. You have time to fuck up, because right now you're not under the pressure of anything apart from just getting good marks.
And
right?
One thing more, because I'm in my 30s now, you have the most amount of energy with you, so you can utilize it in any manner.
This applies at 28 also.
Yeah, you can either waste it on stupid things, on addictions, on roaming around here and there, or you can focus all that energy and put it in one goal and see how quickly that grows. Like I cannot tell you as a student, in those teen years of my life and even in my early 20s, things manifested so fast because my energy was so focused. And when I focused all that energy into anything, it gave me results. The manifestation was like this.
Definitely. And I would want to learn manifestation from you, because मेरे को actual में concept कभी नहीं समझ आया. We'll do an episode on this. Which platform do you recommend, Abhinav?
It depends on you. I would say to build your confidence, start with a shorter format, like in Instagram. And now the lucky part is that YouTube also has a shorter format, the shorts.
You can repurpose.
Yeah, you can repurpose your same content over there. Right. Keep posting. You will start getting that confidence that, that acceptance is coming with that from that outer universe towards yourself. And then you're like, okay, now I'm getting a little comfortable. Let me try to make some long format content too. When you reach that point and then you start making it, focus that, make sure that the base that you've built for yourself, let's say the shorter format, you stay consistent with that. And then make sure you start having some kind of a routine with the longer format content as well. Right? And then you keep on posting, and the same thing that you tried with the shorter format. Now in the shorter format what is going to work for you. You can just improvise on that, and same thing you start doing with the longer format.
Yes, all you need to make sure is that people watch your video and stay till the end. Right?
Yes.
And I think that is the biggest algorithm secret.
That is the toughest thing right now to do on YouTube. Like I'm sure a lot of people are able to do it. Even I've still not been able to get that 100 out of 100 thing. But I think no one of us can.
Yeah, but in the end, as long as you're improving, things get better. I would personally recommend Instagram.
Yes.
Primary reason for that, Instagram or LinkedIn. Primary reason for that is that's how I have built and that's how I have helped other coaches. Right? Doesn't mean YouTube is not good, because I want to learn YouTube. In our last conversation, I told you I want to learn YouTube, and all platforms
It's
are
a
good.
different market.
Yes.
It's a different
so
market.
ask yourself, where is your target customer, and on basis of that, take a call. And I think we are good.
Perfect.
I would like to finish with this quote that have fun. Right, have fun. Don't take it too seriously, because it's very hard to beat a person who is having fun, who enjoys what they are doing.
Right.
And because there would be good days, there would be bad days. You will only be able to surpass the bad times,
Right.
because if you enjoy it.
Right.
If you're not taking it too seriously, if you're allowing yourself to suck, you're allowing yourself to make mistakes.
Also, sorry.
Yes, please. I'm done.
Also, sometimes I do understand that it can be hard to have fun, because sometimes you find yourself, your backs are against the walls when you're starting this kind of business. Like, just one thing: consistency, discipline. That's it. Like, it doesn't matter if you feel बनाने का मन है, नहीं है, post करने का मन है, नहीं है. But you know that it is required. It has to be done. Suck it up.
Yes, learn discipline.
Put your big boy pants up. Stop being a crybaby and just do it. Just do it. Like, you will be surprised that how fast things can manifest for you if you really put your whole energy, whole focus in that one single thing, and you stay consistent with it over a longer period of time.
Makes a lot of sense. And this brings us to the end of this great episode. And guys, we have a Telegram group where we would be answering all of your questions just for this week. So if you have any questions in relation to building a business, starting your journey as a content creator, learn from the experts, and see you next week.
Thank you so much, guys, for
watching. I hope you get a lot of value out of it.
Yes, and thank you so much, Yash, for such a wonderful conversation. And we are going to see you in the next podcast. Please make sure to comment down below and let us know what you felt about this, what you learned, and keep sending your love and support. And we will see you in the next video. Till next time, keep going, keep growing stronger.
See you guys. Bye.